Welcome back to Our Vision Farms. So we just came back from the post office today. We got our order of our white Plymouth Rock chicks. Super excited about these. It's kind of funny how they start off. They're kind of like the blonde color, and then they have a lot of this gray and almost black on some spots, but these chickens actually turn out to be completely white with the red combs and wattles when they're fully grown. Sometimes they do have a speck or two of black, but it's kind of funny how the chicks start off like this. So we ordered 15 straight run. We're not sure if they're going to be, or how many are going to be females, how many are males. Hopefully we get lots of females and a couple roosters, because this is going to be our future meat chickens. Not these specifically, but we're going to be raising these all the way up to breeding age when they start laying eggs. When they start laying eggs, we're going to incubate the eggs, and then those chicks that we get from that is what we're going to be using for our meat chickens from now on. Let me try to get, I'm not going to go outside, it's kind of sprinkling off and on, but I'll show you through the window where we have our meat birds right now, which is the Cornish cross that we order online. So they're out there in our little homemade hoop houses. I've showed you guys. If you want to look back to how we started our meat chicken business from the very beginning, check out the rest of this playlist. I have a playlist separated just for this. So we have some meat birds there and some over here. I split them up between the two hoop houses just because they were getting really big, and actually the ones over here were all males and they grow faster than the females, so we are free feeding the females for the remainder of their time and kind of controlling the males' food a little bit so they don't continue growing too big. Now these, I am excited to announce that these are all sold already. I know where I last left off with the videos was that business wasn't too good. We were doing the soy and corn free fed chicken, and I think it was just a little too expensive for customers. We weren't selling much. We made a couple sales, but not a whole lot. Then we had the situation where we couldn't keep up with the corn and soy free food because we weren't able to get the ingredients. So we ended up feeding that last batch with just regular commercial meat bird feed, and those sold out super quick. I did sell them for a little bit cheaper. I'm selling them for $15 a chicken, and that's the whole processed bird. So it's definitely not as cheap as what you could buy at the store, but it's not as expensive as we were having to advertise our corn and soy free. It's cheaper to feed them with the commercial feed, but they do grow faster, and it seems like customers are not really minding. They rather support us as a local farm no matter what we feed our chickens. I heard that from a couple people. They said they were going to support us no matter what we ended up feeding our chickens. So that was nice of them to say. It made our decision a lot easier. We decided to just feed our chickens just commercial based meat bird feed. But we are still giving them the extra treats. We're still moving them on our front lot with the grass over here. They're actually due for a move right now. But we're still giving them the homegrown mealworms, and they still have access to being outdoors, digging for bugs, eating grass, and being in the sunshine. So that's the main thing that people like about it. Plus, we're doing everything farm to table. We're the ones that process it by hand, and we know that they're not being transported in trucks to processing plants. They're not getting that additional stress that grocery store chickens get. So business is doing great. We actually just got our second customer who is going to be buying 10 chickens at a time. We already had one customer who's been buying 10 chickens at a time, which is super exciting, and it helps us out a lot. But now we have a second customer that she ordered, actually she ordered about 5, and she said if I had more she would buy more, but she pre-ordered 10 for the next time that we're butchering. So hopefully we keep getting customers like that, because we definitely need that type of business where they just buy in bulk. And then we have a couple customers that have been supporting us by buying a couple as they can. They're just like single couples, so they don't need too much, but they've been supporting us as well. So wanted to give you guys an update on that. So we're no longer doing the corn and soy free. We've got a whole little farm set up here. Have sprouts, have some chicks that we hatched. But yes, just wanted to give you guys an update on how our meat chicken business is doing, because I have not gave an update in quite a while. And yeah, so we just decided to just continue with the corn, just standard fed chickens, not the corn and soy free. And it seems to be going well for us. I can't wait to start raising our own meat chickens. The reason we ordered these white Plymouth Rocks is because we don't want to be dependent on the hatcheries for our, like the broilers. They're actually Cornish cross is what they call them. The ones that standard like farms use to raise for meat, and they're ready in 8 to 10 weeks. We wanted to rely on ourselves and be a little bit more sustainable than that. So in us raising these type of chickens, they are called white Plymouth Rock like I mentioned, but they are still very large chickens and they're fairly quick growing. They're not going to be ready to process in 8 weeks. It's not going to be that type of fast growing, but we're still planning on feeding them the meat bird feed, and the ones that we choose out to raise for meat, we're going to keep them in the hoop houses. And it should still provide high quality meat. We're also going to be selling eggs, and we're going to be raising eggs for our own selves. They lay all year round. They lay big brown eggs, and they actually don't take a break in laying during the winter like most laying hens do. So that is another reason why I really wanted to raise these, because that has been a problem in the past with the chickens taking a long break in the winter. So not only are they going to provide lots of eggs for us that we can use in our home and we can sell, they're going to provide enough eggs for us to hatch out our own meat chickens, and we no longer have to rely on getting chicks mailed in from the hatchery to raise for our customers for meat. So I think it's a win-win. We don't ever know what direction the world is coming in, and if we can be as self-sustainable as possible, I think that is the best bet. But I gotta get these chicks unpacked. You can tell they are cold. I'm going to put them in a larger cage and a heat lamp as well. Get them fed and watered, and they're gonna be happy as can be. When they get bigger, we'll put them outside in their own little pen. I was actually thinking of purchasing a similar pen to what we did for the turkeys, but just for these, so we can keep them separate. And then, like I said, once we get to that point, right now we're still going to be ordering meat chicks for our customers from online. But once we get to the point where we are raising up our own, we will be keeping them in those outdoor hoop houses as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this update, and it serves as motivation for you guys to continue on working towards your dreams. For a while, I actually thought that maybe this wasn't going to work out, selling the meat chickens, but as you can see, it just takes practice. It takes listening to your customers, because they really will tell you what it is that they want. We can try to make our brand a specific thing, but if customers don't want that, it's not going to survive. So in my case, I wanted to stick to our brand being soy and corn free, but our customers weren't purchasing that. As soon as we switched to just a regular feed that does have corn, and I don't even think it has soy products in it, but I know it has corn as one of the ingredients, customers started purchasing it. It became a little more affordable for them, and we are getting business, so that is good. And that helps out our farm income altogether as well. So even during the times where we weren't selling too many, I was still continuing to advertise it, still continue to spread the word about our business. And now it is doing good, and we're actually getting enough business from word of mouth. But this Saturday, we're going to start at one of our local farmers markets that just opened up, and I plan on advertising our chicken there. And then we're going to start doing open farm days. So when people come on open farm days, we can advertise our chicken or sell our chicken, because we'll have a freezer full of them, so we can be a stop for customers to come and purchase their chicken, whether it's just to buy one to try out or to stock up their own freezer. So get back in there. So yeah, don't be afraid to change your plans, to customize your business plan, to just change things up for a way that it's going to benefit you and your family and your farm and your goals as well. We all learn as we go, and things are constantly evolving and changing, so that is how we have to be. We have to be ready for changes and ready to accept the fact that sometimes you will have to kind of stray off the path that you wanted in order to be successful. Just wanted to share this update with you guys, and I will continue to let you guys know how everything works out, especially in showing you progress with these white Plymouth rocks. And I'm curious to see, we're going to definitely process some sample ones once they're old enough, just to see the difference. I know there is going to be a difference in probably the size of them. They're not going to be as big and fat as the Cornish cross, but based on research, they're still supposed to be pretty big, pretty meaty. So they should compare really good, and it's still going to be a healthier product than what you can find at your local grocery store. So with that said, that's the end of this video. Stay tuned for more. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out any future updates.